we want to do this. You can see the real narrative of that. We kind of came up, this is with Stephen and Susan and myself, about what we've done in the past years. So 20 to 21, you can see where the capstone, if you have paper, we had a capstone 45 students. And we had no CT diploma at that time due to COVID and whatnot. But the certification / dual credit, we had 94. 21, 22, we had 50 capstone students, 40 CT diplomas, and 151 certifications of dual credit. And then in 22, 23, we had 81 capstone students, 53 diplomas, and 187 certifications of dual credits. And 23, 24 was 89 capstone, 73 diplomas, and 266 certifications of dual credit. This year, we're already in progress of having 105 capstone students and 85 CT diplomas. We don't know now about certifications or dual credit until the end of the year, and we'll have those for you. What improvements have we had? We increased numbers and questions and answer number 1. Try to increase always in the capstone students. All of the different things that we did for the financials that you asked for these questions, everything is on our website. We have all of our financials, all of our audits. Everything is totally transparent on our website, what we've had. The most current budget will be on there. The one thing I did want to bring up is the end of last year, we went through our accreditation. Used to be with Advanced Ed, now it's with Cognia. So we went through that portion. What they do is they have a below 220 score. They have from 220 to 300, and then they have above a 300. So PERTA scored a 298, which was right at that line. We're really close, and we're probably super, super good for what we've done. So an IEQ, which is what that rating is, above 300 indicates the institution meets Cogni's expectation for accreditation. We still met that. We just have some areas of improvement that we have to improve. And so no more like everything is, any evaluation that you have, you want to find areas you need to improve in. But 298, that's 2 away from 300. I thought that was pretty good. Not very many schools get to that point. One thing I wanted to, out of the reflection that they put in, 223 and 224 year, 266 students earned certifications and or dual credits. This impressive achievement is a testament to the quality of our programs and the hard work of our students and faculty. Many of the certifications, such as OSHA 10-hour for general industry in both manufacturing and healthcare, are directly relevant to industry standards. This aligns with PERTA's mission to prepare students for workforce success and continuous learning. The range of certification from technical skills like 3G, GMAWS for the welding and sheet metal, like proficiency in Adobe Photoshop, Python programming, Illustrator, all these are national standards, national certification standards. One thing that I like to say that because we're really blowing them out of the water with the medical assisting is any of our capstone programs in medical assisting, these students will graduate with an advanced CPR, which is a national certification. They will be an OSHA 10 certification. They'll have phlebotomy certification, EKG certification, and medical assistant certification. So they'll be able to go right out and make between, I'm thinking 40, 50, maybe even 60,000, depending on where they're at.
Yeah.
So right around there, right out of high school. That's getting the certifications. Good thing, bad thing, CWI is doing the same thing. So if any of those students didn't get the certification, want to go on, they can go into post-secondary and CWI, go right into their training. CWI is graduating 15 medical assistants. We have 22. Not to say it's competition, but everything looks good. We're doing better than CWI. We strive to build strong relationships with all stakeholders and provide the necessary academic and technical skills to ensure the CT students are well prepared to enter the workforce, post-secondary training, college, or workforce. Key findings include a high level of satisfaction with PERTA's focus on the children's safety, respect towards families, and commitment to children's well-being. Families feel welcomed and recognize the staff's dedication and competence. The surveys that we went out, it was glowing reviews from the parents and the community that we have. We got really high marks on that. With changing economic conditions and the isolation of our community, our most prominent challenges are competition for student funding and continued collaboration with our LEA, Our charter is uniquely set up to share the student population with the local school district. Since its creation, PERDA has grown from sharing the student population with EHS, acting as the facilitators of the elective courses, and taking over the 4 CTE cluster programs that EHS offered at the time, to currently offering 11 pathways. We have 12 now. And having our own student population that extend from Emmett to Horseshoe Bend and Garden Valley and out to Cascade. We are one of 14 career technical schools within the state, which speaks highly, because we're right up there with West Ada, Darrell Dennis Center, CASA, any of K-Tech, any of these big schools. So we get a chance. We have a meeting, I with the administrators of those others. We meet once a quarter, and we get the ear of Critchfield, the governor, whenever we need to. We go over there and we talk to them to try to get CT to play a bigger factor. So that's where I'm at. I did my dog and pony show. I hope I didn't do too much, but is there any questions you guys have?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So I guess we can open up to, I'm not sure what the normal process is.
What do you see your efficiency was this year? As far as
Graduation. For graduation?
Yeah.
How many graduates?
Did you say 50 was 50?
Yeah, 105 projected caps. And 85.
We'll see what happens.
Our percentage is about 90%. It's going to pass the TSA. By the way, in order to get a diploma, it's not just, okay, you pass the class, you get the diploma. They have to pass the WRA workplace readiness test, and everybody has the same test no matter what pathway they're in. But then you have to also pass the technical skills assessment, which is an upper end skills assessment set specifically for engineering, or specifically for auto, or specifically for welding. You have to pass that. Then you have to pass all of your classes and make sure you get to that capstone and make sure you pass that. And then you have to get certain lab hours, apprenticeship, internships that you have available. Once that's done, you meet the criteria, and then you're good.
And those are all industry standards.
Industry standard.
Yeah, it isn't something we made up. Those are the industry. So those certifications are recognized across North America.
Well, like I said, I'm not sure what the normal process is for this, but as far as the certification, I think, we'll vote on that shortly, but I think that's kind of always been a foregone conclusion. We had a productive work session here a few weeks ago. The general feeling is the Emmett School District would love to see PERDA continue to thrive as our CTE wing, and I think PERDA would love to see the Emmett School District continue to do well as the general education. I think it's been a good partnership. I think most, if not all of us, have had kids recently who have or are currently attending courses at PERDA. So some of the stuff that we've talked about in the past, we can continue. I don't know that needs to be called out in this meeting. We can talk about the finance piece. We're waiting for you guys to get back to us and what you think is doable or possible there. We have discussed that. We haven't come down to a number, but we want to work with PERDA and see you guys be viable. So we are prepared to at least look at some significant reductions in what was expected on that so that you guys can remain viable. We know you have some plans to expand and include some other opportunities. Please keep us in the loop on that. And we're working on the non-compete as far as the academic piece that will go along with that. But anyway, we want to keep a great working partnership with PERDA going forward. I'll pause now to see if anyone either on the Emmett board or the PERDA board wants to add anything to this before we go to a vote. But like I said, we enjoy the partnership. We want to see it continue.
Well, I'd like to comment just a little bit.
Yeah.
So I've been here since the beginning of PERDA. It might have been going almost a month. Well, no,
Yours right from the beginning there.
And Susan and I have always been here from the beginning. We've always wanted to work with the school district, and so that's been our commitment. There's been some times where some people tried to throw some wrenches in between the working, and we're going, we'll just ride it out. We want to work with the school district. They're our kids. This is our community. I've lived here for, I don't know, over 60 years. All my kids graduated from the Emmett School District. Got grandkids that are here. So I really feel like we have the really potential to, as we work together, to bring a lot of positive energy to the community. And that's what we've been trying to do is just create a working relationship. So it's my personal commitment that will continue.
We appreciate that. Does anyone else, any further discussion before we look for a motion on?
Can I just say, well, and so, I don't wanna get too deep into this, but as far as the charter goes, as far as how it's written, does your legal advice or your advisor say that you don't, I mean, to go to an online academic school, you don't have to edit your charter? Because I'm gonna tell you that our legals, so I think we need to get our legals together, because our legal says, no, there's an actual process to go to an online school. And just, I think we need to make sure we're clear on that.
Sure.
Because like this authorization really doesn't cover that, it just covers the certificate and moving forward, but then I think we gotta figure that piece out. Because he showed Mike and I mean, these are the steps that they should go through.
Yeah, if it's not in the charter, you have a specific process, you have to go to your authorizer and make sure that you come to a common agreement on that. But being it's already in there that it's gonna be CT courses as well as online courses then, and it doesn't mention just CTE, so he's already went through that, but yeah, we will do that on a work session,
all
and we can have both
Yeah.
attorneys there if we want.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because I actually, just so you know, I sent him the MOU because of our conversation. He goes, he goes, Craig, you guys can't do this. You're circumventing this process. And I went, oh, and that's when he sent us the process. I said, this is what we're trying to do. And he goes, nope, you got to go through these steps first. And I'm like, okay. And we just got that this afternoon, so.
So obviously our intention to work with you on that. We want to make sure it all goes together the way it's supposed to.
So it'd be good to get the two lawyers together,
Sure.
have them talk. If we need to take an action, then we will.
Very good. Any other further discussion? If not, I would entertain, I know this is I don't want to rush the meeting, but I also don't want to belabor the point either. Some of you guys have been here for a while, but I'd be looking for a motion to approve the reauthorization certificate. So motion by Mr. Brady. Can I get a second?
I'll second
All right, second, Mr. Weeks. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor of approving the reauthorization certificate for the Perta School District, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Being none, all right.
Thank
you. Do we need to discuss any items for future meetings or, forgive my lack of formality, but anything else we need to cover before we try and adjourn?
I would probably, as soon as we get the lawyers to discuss things, we need to probably have a workshop on the non-compete MOU.
Okay.
And then, because that way we can make sure all the I's dotted and T's crossed. Because in fact, your lawyers said no, our lawyers said everything's good.
Yeah.
So, and they speak in legalese that I can't understand half the time, so.
I was trying to think.
Yeah, we'll get together, like I say, we want to see that piece work out for you.
Yeah.
We want to see the non-compete in place to make sure we're both covered, but, that sounds like it could be a good opportunity to help Perta in the
Yeah.
future.
Thank you.
So yeah, we'll work session that as we need to come forward.
You want to do one in the next little bit? I mean, our lawyer, Jorgensen's yours, Walter, from Anderson, Julian Hall, Brett Walter's ours, so.
I know Brett, yeah.
And we just have them, so we can have them get together and have a conversation, so.
I'll call Jorgensen tomorrow. He's busy right now, but I'll call him tomorrow and have him get over Brett Walter and then they can discuss some things.
Sure.
I did want to make one comment outside if I can. The principal for a day, that they set up, Angela, Craig, Bob, I mean, it went phenomenal. Just again, it was another way that the Perta and the school district come together. We just came in because usually we have a couple, we like to participate. I get 2 to 3 parents, community members that I get to walk around and they're amazed, just like they are at any one of our schools. And then they end up here. And it just so happened that we had two of our culinary students that needed to have a senior project. So they took wet burritos, chicken and beef or a bowl. And so that was their presentation to do it for everybody. And so Perta bought everybody lunch and we had Craig had a great speech about how we're working together really well. And so I really appreciate that whole scenario.
How many people attended?
I want to say 40, maybe
Oh, wow.
35, 40, would you say?
I think there was 18 out, like non-employees.
Mhm.
So,
All right. Well, if there's no further discussion, we could entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Mr. Buck, give me a second.
Also,
Mr. Payette, thank
They
you.
all speak at once.
All right. No further discussion, all in favor of adjournment, say aye. I don't know if that, we multiple for or not, but the motion carries, so. All right.
We're just kind of observing, actually.
Okay.